Stop, Stop! You better stop playing with me.
Funny video. Sometimes we act a little crazy up here. Every time I say boom.
Paraphrase.
What did he say?
I did not.
Yay! That's gonna be. That's gonna be. Are you having fun?
Yes, sir!
Do you know how to pronounce boom?
Take 4. So we're gonna start over.
Happens all
What's
the
the
time
big
with
idea,
us.
Paul?
Happens all the time with us, Chris.
What's the big idea, Pop? 3, 2, 1. Good Tuesday morning, everybody.
Hey, good Tuesday morning, people on the other side of your electronic devices.
We look at this. Look at this beautiful city. We're in beautiful Tarboro, North Carolina, my hometown. That's right, Tarboro, the happiest place on earth. And we got another special guest, our second special guest on camera right here doing the devotion with us. This is Christopher.
Chris.
My buddy Christopher. Say hey, Christopher.
Hey, y'all!
Yeah, he's so happy to be here, but he likes to be called by Jake because it's one of the characters on his favorite TV show, which is what?
Reba!
Man loves Reba. He loves Reba McEntire. I hope Reba's watching. It'd be cool. Wouldn't it be cool if she was watching? Cool deal. Well, we decided to come here because this is where Christopher's from. It's where I'm from. And we reached out to him, and he was absolutely ecstatic to be able to record with us. So here we are. He's going to do our devotion with us today. You ready?
Yes, sir, man!
All right, Mr. Paul, what are we looking at?
Hey, let's get this. Do you remember? Do you know how we get this thing started? With what? The random
fact of the day. My man.
So let's go ahead and get the random fact of the day up. Apparently, UPS delivery trucks save 10 million gallons of gas every year by making no left turns.
Wow. Ain't that a lot of money, man?
Yes, sir!
Just for not making a left turn. Now you saw me drive. Do you think I could have saved that much more money?
Yes, sir, man!
But you would have to like go in a big old circle.
They go around the block, they come back, they go around again. They just go round and round. Round and round.
If you couldn't take a left turn, how would you get to where you were
Oh,
going?
no!
It seems weird.
It seems weird.
We would like y'all, and see, so what we do, we Google a fun fact of the day, so to keep y'all from having to do it, and then we try to fact check it by re-Googling the fact to see if we can find anything to counter what we've supposedly learned.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I couldn't find anything that disagreed with this. Everything was in force. So if you're a UPS driver out there, or have been within the past 5 years, 10 years, since they went to this new system, then comment down below. Let us know if this is wrong, because Google seems to believe that this is right, and that's crazy to think that all they make is left turns.
If you're a great mathematician and you know a lot about gas mileage and all that, go ahead, prove them wrong. That's what I say.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, why don't you go ahead, get up out of bed, and if you can't get up out of there, we got the right medicine for you, which is...
Hey, it's the funny videos of the day.
The funny videos! My man!
Awesome.
Funny videos!
So we're going to watch some funny videos, and let's get them.
Oh, here comes the bubble.
So we got another ball situation here.
Mm-hmm. What you think about doing that big old ball,
I think
Chris?
somebody's probably going to get knocked to the ground.
That
It
bubble.
always happens.
Lord, oh my... Why is he... Hey, oh!
There it
Did
went.
you see that, man?
Yes,
Birthday.
sir,
Lord,
man!
have mercy.
Everybody loves birthdays.
All right.
Yeah, they do!
So what's gonna happen here, you think? I bet he's gonna blow out them candles.
Here we go.
I don't know what he's
One
gonna
candle,
do.
This child looks 3 years
He
old.
trying to get that one candle. Oh, he slipped!
Oh, come on. How you going to wake somebody up like that?
Woke him up out of that sleep.
I feel the same way when I wake up.
All
too.
kinds of sleep. Now what is gonna happen to this little girl?
She's not even moving.
She's not moving. She don't care. That dog don't scare her. Oh, that's not very nice. What in the world? Lord. Bless her heart.
Hoverboards, man.
Young man, just get off. Just get off.
Broken leg.
I tried to warn you. Man, Chris, did you see what happened in the videos?
Yes, sir!
Oh,
I don't know what to say. Other than kids taking some more abuse, man.
I mean, what in the world? You saw that dude got kicked in the face with a big old clear bouncy ball. And then the young man tried to blow out his candle on his birthday and slipped and fell. Just having all sorts of bad luck. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir,
But
man.
that's all right. Didn't nobody get hurt, and it was funny to us, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we hope it was funny to them too. So,
Let's go ahead. Let's get started with our Tuesday devotion.
oh boy, it's time to get serious.
Yes, sir.
What do you say? What do you think? You think we should give some time to read the devotion?
Yes, sir.
Well, my partner in crime and my boss here is saying that y'all need some time to read the devotion. So, take 6 seconds, which can't nobody read that fast. But if you need to, pause the video, read the devotion. It's a great, great story. I'm telling you, I feel like God almost put this in my head ahead of time because I had really been thinking about something. If not the same thing as this, at least similar to this. So please read it and get ready for us to paraphrase and go into the scripture.
Boom.
Boom. Alright folks, we're back. We hope you took the time to read that very important story. Great story. We about to get into it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hit the scripture. Paul, go ahead.
Chris, point to the sky. Boom! There's that scripture verse. All right, so James chapter 3, verses 5 through 6 says, "So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire, and the tongue is a fire, a world of unrighteousness. The tongue is set among our members, staining the whole body, setting on fire the entire house of life, and set on fire by hell."
Man, that's some good scripture out of James. Man.
Yeah, it is. So what James is saying here is that even though the tongue is such a small member, such a small part of your body, it can impact your entire life. The things that you say dictate how your life is going to go. And what do I mean by that? You say one negative thing, whether it's misspoken or not, it influences other people. It has the power to affect other people's lives. And in turn, one positive thing has the power to influence a multitude of people also. So remember, as you're going out today, whether it be to school, to work, or whatever, you say one kind word to somebody, and you may very well meet or make their day just so much brighter, than more than you could ever imagine. But at the same time, you say something negative and just something maybe behind somebody's back, what you think may never get to them. I assure you, 9 times out of 10, it will get back to them. And you don't want to be known as the person who does that. And James, this is what James is telling us, that one bad word spoken can set the whole church on fire. And not in a good way. It can destroy a church. So we want to make sure that we are not doing it as a church, as Christians, as just as friends, or as people in general. You don't want to be known for that. So let's go out. We're going to go out today, and we're going to talk to people. We're going to be positive, and we're going to just spread good through our words. What was the devotion?
The devotion, man, it was so great. It was talking about, I feel like we've had one recently about this. It was about bullying. And then also, taking a little bit off of that, it was also hitting on basically how you might have said something as a joke, and it was intended to be funny and not really be taken all that seriously. But like Paul said, somebody might really affect someone. So I think this is a huge issue with all levels of adulthood, adolescence, when you're all the way from when you're this high to when you go through middle school, high school, college, and then when you get out to the professional world. I think that people really feel like they have to, the way society has been brought up is that it's almost like it's not human nature, but it's just how you fit in. And guys, that is just false, okay? This thing, your tongue, your mouth, everything, that has a huge impact on how, think about it, when you first meet someone, what do they always say? The cliche, first impressions are everything. Well, I like to think of, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. However, with that first impression is everything comment, you never know. Somebody might seriously judge you by something you say, and you might not have meant it, any ill will, towards them. But if you're going to comment on somebody about something negative, my thing is, why even do that? I've always been a fan of constructive criticism and not looking at someone's flaws so much, but looking at what they bring to the table, in a positive manner. What did they do that's great? Because, that's what God sees everything. In fact, we're all beautifully and wonderfully made. There's no sense in bringing out the negative when you have all this positive to talk about. The same thing Paul kind of touched on with gossip. Even if you're not doing it to their face, we all might, be in circles where people like to, talk about someone behind their back, and they might like to poke fun at them and make, fun about, I don't know, it could be anything. Their weight, their hair, their, what they wear. Something that they did that just wasn't a very good idea. Something, I got news for you people. We've all been there and we've all done some pretty stupid things. So people forget, isn't that right, Kristen?
Yes,
Right,
sir.
So what is it that people you think forget about all the time? They forget about, they don't ask what God would do in situations like that. Quick scenario, we walk to somewhere, a group of kids, or a group of adults rather, and we hear them talking about something that, I don't know, Joe Schmo did, or maybe something about the way he's dressed or something like that, and there's all this negative commentary. You almost feel roped into that conversation sometimes, yeah? You feel like, I have to say something on the same level of them, or I'm not going to be accepted. No, this is where you need to show your light. Show the light of Christ and show the light of God. And you know something? The mouth may be able to do more without saying anything. Case in point, you go into that same circle and instead of commenting on it, they show you a funny picture of something that is just somebody having an epic fail or something, and instead of ha ha ha, you don't laugh or say anything. Guys, showing the light like that, yes, of course, you can dismiss it. You can verbally dismiss it and say, guys, I'm not about that. That is great too. I commend that. Or you could just be like, and in their mind, they might say something to the effect of, oh, well, you're not cool, or oh, well, I'm sorry, you're too high and mighty. Don't worry about it, guys, because I guarantee you, you walk away from that same circle enough times, one of them, if not all of them in time, will think in their head, I really shouldn't be talking like this. I really shouldn't be thinking like this. I don't have to do this to be cool or to be accepted by others. And sooner or later, you might find them pulling you around the corner and saying, hey man, I need some help. I don't want to be like this. Can I go to... They might not even say that. They may say something like, which is the same thing in my opinion, can I go to church with you? It's want to know why, guys? Because I believe deep down, Paul and Chris, I believe that people truly want to escape these things that they think they're tied down to, these things that they think they have to do to stay friends or to stay in somebody's good graces. They want a way out of that. They want what you have, which is grace and mercy and salvation. They want all that. So guys, be the light. What do you think, Chris?
Yes, sir.
My man. Paul, what do you think?
Man, as we send y'all out into this Tuesday, remember, like Corey was saying, we are supposed, as Christians, to be set apart. We're supposed to be different. If we're the same, what's the point? So remember that. And two, words have consequences. And what that means, they could be good or bad consequences. But you dictate the consequences when you say the words you're going to say. So go out this Tuesday. Think in your mind, I'm going to make somebody's life better by saying something positive to them. And then I'm going to go to somebody else, and I'm going to start a fire of just positivity around me, in my school, at my church, and it's going to be all shifted the focus to God.
I told one. Did I scare you? I'm just sorry. The word's so good today. That was some good stuff, bro. You know who's making my life better right now? Guess who, Paul?
I don't know who.
Chris. Oh, he's right here.
We are.
Oh, there goes, look, we got some special guests in here. Look. Oh my goodness. So guys, we really appreciate you tuning in. This was all of our messages are important. All of them are. But we really hope you got the message for this one. And please go out and spread the gospel and say something nice to someone. Help someone. Like, share, and subscribe. We got to thank Randall House as usual.
Randall House
right there.
D6, that's the content down there.
Coming at you live from beautiful Tarboro, North Carolina.
Hey, say, like, subscribe, and share.
Like,
Subscribe.
and share.
My man, he got it down, my boy.
Get done with your Tuesday. Go out, conquer it. Don't just do it. Don't survive it. Conquer it. We love you. We will see you bright and early, 6 a.m. Wednesday morning. All right, let's end it. Boom.
Tell him bye.
Ah.
The end.